And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Cheap Ludes. I am exhausted. It is All Star Weekend in NBA 2K22, my team. If you haven't already, you can check out my pack opening. It did not go incredibly well. Uh, I'm not going to do any spoilers, but I spent 250K and I now have 100,000 MT. And I went down to zero, and I've been playing a lot since I got home. So that should kind of tell you how my entire thing went. So we do have a Galaxy Opal Kyrie locker code, which is a huge, honestly, that's really cool from 2K. I did not expect anything like that from them because typically we don't get anything cool like that. Like in regards to a locker code, I can't even remember the last time we got a locker code player. Was it Duarte? God, it might have been Duarte. Honestly, like as far as like a straight up locker code player, that's not like a guy who's outdated that wasn't packs that we got for a locker code. I think it was Duarte. Well, Josh Hart, yeah. So this week we got Josh Hart and Kyrie. And honestly, Kyrie's pretty solid. Like he is. He's just a slightly better version of the Pink Diamond Kyrie, which honestly, Pink Diamond Kyrie was pretty good. Especially if you're just starting out. Like this is a fun card to use. He's probably a fun offline card too. I mean, it's not like he's really that bad either. 15 hops, 41 golds, really good. So, if you guys haven't seen my pack opening earlier, I suggest you go watch it. It was pretty bad, if I'm being honest. There are some ways to earn some free packs. There is a skill challenge. You just have to win the game. It's not that hard, but it's kind of annoying. And then my personal favorite, the Spotlight Challenge, where you have to use all three of your celebrity cards, those being the Game Quavo and Ronnie 2K. And then you get an All-Star Deluxe pack, which will probably net you a Ruby Dwight Howard or Ruby Cedric Ceballos. I just feel like there was another Ruby they could have done besides Cedric Ceballos. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being a hater. I don't know. I just feel like it's possible. So we got the All-Star Evo stuff. I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow. All I've gotten so far is Rick Barry, which I'm not really stoked about, like at all. To be honest, I'm not really stoked about any of that. So, it's not great. But I like the grind themselves. I mean, you have to evolve all the players, which I think is fine. You're able to do that in either offline or online, which is cool. Some of them are like a little bit easier than others. Like I'll give you an example of one of the ones I have. Well, the only one I have right now is Rick Barry, I think. Yeah. And his is, where is he? Oh, he's up here. This doofy ass. So 30 points in a single game and a total of 3 steals, or just 15 points over multiple multiplayer games. It's probably a little easier to do the multiplayer games, but it is what it is, right? So the All-Star packs are out. They're not the most expensive in the world. I mean, we've been seeing 21,000 MT packs, so they're not really that bad in comparison. They're not good though. The odds aren't horrible, but they're also not good. The likelihood that you're going to pull any of these three is pretty low. Honestly, the likelihood that you pull an Opal is probably pretty low as well, to be honest. Like, let's be real here. All three of the Opals are fire, though. Like, Melo, Jokic, and Zach LaVine are good. Melo, obviously, is only good on next gen because you can actually shoot from corners. On next gen, he is like a top small forward. Not like one of the best in the game, but probably top 10. Zach LaVine's just like he's really good, honestly. I don't know if he's worse T-Mac. He's like on the same tier as T-Mac. I would say he's pretty good, to be honest. And then Jokic is actually like a really, really good big man, like straight up. And then we got like a Pink Diamond LeBron. That's kind of cool. Tom Chambers is like 3,000 MT. I'm going to talk about all these guys, individually. So let's go talk about the market first and foremost. So we'll start with the All-Stars. There's Cedric Ceballos. I don't really know what to say about Cedric Ceballos. I mean, he's like, I guess, like if you want him, he's 6'6", like 6'9" wingspan. Like he's got relatively okay badges. Like he plays good defense. He dunks. He can shoot a little bit. He's got jump shot 10, which is like the Penny Hardaway release. Same with like Steve Novak, and misses a lot of whites. And it's kind of slow. He's like a Penny Hardaway clone, basically. But you can get him for like 900 MT, whatever, if you want him. Then we got Big Dwight. Big Dwight's not incredibly good. He's Dwight Howard. You kind of know what to expect here. He's going to set effective screens, play defense, rebound, and like bang in the post a little bit. If you want him, go grab him. He's like 800 MT. Cool. Then we got Anthony Simons. This is like the 50th Anthony Simons card we've gotten this year. I think it's the 4th, but that does seem like a lot. Like, if I'm being honest. Now, I mean, 4th, but one of them is a gold card that doesn't really count. But we got a triple threat reward to start the year. And then we got the 93 moments card. I mean, he's fine. He's fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He's just not very good. Then we got Derrick Jones Jr., who I actually really like. Derrick Jones Jr. I think he's a really good. There's so many good Amethyst like combo wings though, that it's like hard to really recommend running him. But I like the Jump Shot 5 he has. It's that Drexler release. Same with like PJ Tucker. I really like it. He's not the greatest badge wise, but he's like kind of a fun card. You know what I mean? So objectively, he's all right. You can go pick him up for like 800 MT. Then we got Buddy Hield. I mean, Buddy Hield is okay. The reason I say that is just because I don't know how much better he really is than his New Year's resolution card, which I don't think he really even is. I think he's better offensively for sure. He's got, you know, like Hoff catch and shoot, corner specialist, sniper. I don't know what the other one has. Like on Hoff, just stop and pop. So he's better offensively, but worse defensively. So it just kind of depends what you value. But you can get him for really cheap. If you want him and you don't want to have to try to do the Evo on the other one, like he's worth picking up. But I still think the other one is a little bit better personally. Then we got Steph Curry. I like when they do this. I like when they give out like the lower tiered versions of like star players, because it's cool that like people who maybe don't take the game incredibly serious, or you know, just want to ball out offline with their favorite player, get access to like a pretty solid version of that player for cheap. And I think they did that with Steph. He's not really great, you know. The only thing I would say that sucks is they made most of the stuff just non-upgradable for Steph. Like you can't upgrade his clamps or quick first step or like dimer or unpluckable or hyperdrive or chef or really anything. So he's not really that good. But that's the only positive I could say. Other than that, he's like absolutely, it's not tight. You know what I mean? Then we got Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice is actually pretty good. Like he is. He's cheap too. 6'7", like he plays good defense, like catch and shoot, corner, blinder, circus, limitless, like set shooter, deadeye, sniper, like a good release. Like he's got that jump shot 13. I like it. It's the same as like Danny Green and Larry Johnson. It's not quite as good as it typically is. Like last year, it was a lot better than it is this year. Last year, I believe it was the same release as like Eddie Jones, and they switched it up this year, I believe. Either way, he's really good. And if you can get him for like 7K, he's probably one of the best budget like wings in this game. Truly. I like Glenn Rice. I like when we get him. I wish they would have given him base 98, but he'd probably be like 45K at that point. Then we got LeBron Brown. LeBron Brown's a little bit more expensive because obviously it's LeBron James. And you know what? This LeBron card is pretty good. Like 6'9". He's got a good badge count. Like you can't give him corner specialist for some reason. Limitless spot up. Every time they do stuff like this, when I want to like hype them up, be like, yeah, see, they gave us like a cheap alternative for some of these great players that you can get. They just like won't let him get one super random important badge. Like, I don't mind that this LeBron can't get chef and limitless spot up. The fact that he can't even get gold corner specialist though is kind of whack personally. I don't really like that. He can get handles for days in hyperdrive. You could have just like not let him get one of those and let my man get corner specialist, but it is what it is. It's fine. Then we got Tom Chambers. Look at this guy, dude. This man has a mullet and a black eye, dude. Like, are you serious? This is the guy that Garth Brooks wrote songs about. Look at Tom Chambers, dude. 6'10". He's kind of beast, dude, to be honest. Like, an atrocious release. Like, set shot 16 is pretty slow. I don't think it's actually that bad. I didn't mind it on Valanciunas. And honestly, Bobby Jones off the mid-range is kind of solid. Release 11 uppers, same as like Jerry Lucas. He's not that bad. He's not. Hoff catch and shoot, corner specialist, like downhill. He's got Hoff quick first step and limitless takeoff as well. He's got an 86 ball handle. Tom Chambers, and I'm being dead serious when I say this, and I'm not trolling at all. he legitimately might be one of the best budget power forwards in the game, or one of the best budget centers in the game. I'm dead serious. Like with his combo of ball handling ability, a greenable but not very good jump shot, and badges, like my man might be up there, dude. Like Tom Chambers is kind of sick, and I have to get him for my all white guy team. 100%, I have to. Zach LaVine is under 100K, and I think he's the best card that you could possibly buy for that price. Like Zach LaVine's stupid, 6'5". He's got like his own base, which is basically Tracy McGrady base. Like it's essentially the same thing as Trey Burke, basically. The timing is a little bit different, but realistically, it's the same. Quick dribble style, like he's got Trae Young's behind the back, which I don't think is the greatest, but it's definitely usable for sure. I wish they would have gave him the same behind the back that Scottie Pippen behind the back would have been ideal, honestly. And I forgot what Terry Dissinger has, but I love that one. So I think it might be Scottie Pippen, but I don't remember. Either way, Zach LaVine booms on everyone. He shoots. He plays pretty competent enough defense. He's one of the best offensive two guards in this game. And he's kind of like the new Terry Dissinger, you know what I mean? That card that you sit there and you think, man, should I spend 80K on this card? Should I spend 90,000? I would say if you got the MT, I would say, yeah, for sure. I would pick him up. Then we got Jokic. Jokic is without a doubt probably the best big man that you can buy for under 100K right now. You can get him for like 50K, and I'd say he's fantastic. Like, all right, so his jump shot's not the greatest. You just have to know that going in. It's set shot 18. It's on normal. It's the same releases like Hakeem and Marc Gasol and stuff and Vucevic. It's not great. That being said, he does have like catch and shoot, corner specialist, dimer, blinders, like limitless, and chef for some reason. Like Deadeye, sniper, post playmaker. He's only got a 76 ball handle though, so they gave him Hall of Fame chef, but you don't really get to like sport it too often. You know what I mean? He got an 88 speed with ball though. He kind of moves. He doesn't have clamps. That's like the only issue I would say with him. He doesn't have menace or hustler either. And slippery off ball. So he's missing a couple badges for sure. But Jokic is really nasty. If you're looking for like a do-it-all big man, you could do a lot worse than grabbing Jokic. I still think, I forgot about Porzingis, so I still think Porzingis is a little bit better. But Jokic is right there too, like he is. Then we got the God, Carmelo Anthony. If you're on next gen, yeah, Carmelo's fantastic, especially for like a buyout price. He's absolutely worth picking up. If you're a New York Knicks fan, if you're from Red Hook, these are all reasons you would pick up Carmelo Anthony. Outside of those three reasons, if you're on current gen, you don't like the Knicks, and you're not from a borough in Brooklyn, I honestly wouldn't pick up Carmelo. Kobe Bryant. He's way too expensive. To be honest, I don't think it's worth it, and I'll talk about that in a second. And unfortunately, that goes for my boy Tracy McGrady as well. It makes me sad to say that he's not worth picking up, but he's not worth picking up. He's not worth spending 700-800K on Tracy McGrady. As much as I love T-Mac, I'm the biggest T-Mac stan you'll probably ever meet. He's not worth it. Shockingly, this one's going to be a shocking thing. I actually think Westbrook is criminally underrated. Like this card. I think this card is criminally underrated. I really think he is like a top point guard. It's hard for me to say he is though, and the reason I say that is because like Derrick Rose and John Morant kind of do the same thing that he does, but just like slightly better. But Westbrook has something that they don't, and that is an absolutely abysmal shot three tendency. Right, and the reason this is important is because the CPU, if somebody is off-balling with the center, their CPU defender is not as likely to come out there and step out on the wing and contest Russell Westbrook because he's Russell Westbrook. They're going to leave him open a lot, especially off catch and shoots. Like he'll be able to get open shots off pretty consistently. So if you can time his jumper, you'll be sitting good with Russell Westbrook. And I'm not kidding. That's a real thing. Shout out to my boy Monte Ellis, who is not a buyout or now a buyout. I just wish there was more of him so I could pick him up, honestly. Let's look at some cards that would have fallen in value or could have fallen in value. Now, this is the time when I go hunting. Is that a 15 Hoff badge Terry Dissinger? Someone's getting ready for qualifiers. Anyways, this is about the time I go hunting, typically for badged up versions of cards I like. Terry Dissinger is one that I'm going to pay attention to if I can get one with solid badge additions. Like this has got 14 Hoff badges. Probably not the greatest 14 Hoff badges. Hoff Chef. I'm going to do it. Other cards that I would look out for personally would be any lower tier guy that I really like NBA 75 Scottie Pippen, Rudy, guys that I still like using. Like Rudy's 17,000 MT, which is crazy. I mean, it's at that point in the year when he's a little outdated now, which is crazy. I mean, he came out 2 months ago, so that actually kind of makes sense. So I'm gonna like pay attention. If there's a Rudy that has badges I like I'm probably gonna go pick it up, since there's like absolutely no risk to it whatsoever. For me personally, I have one with Hoff Chef, so I do enjoy that with Rudy. So if I find another one with Hoff Chef, then I'm probably gonna pick it up if it's right around the right pricing. You know what I mean? Like this one's got 11 Hoff badges. If he has Chef, I'm gonna pull the trigger. He doesn't, so it's whatever. But I'm gonna keep looking. Like if I find one with Chef, I'm gonna do it. And I suggest if you have lower overall cards like that you keep on deck, that it's worth going to do that for some of those guys, especially if you're a big fan of the card. Like Durant's not going anywhere. Klay Thompson probably. I mean, he came down in price a little bit, but not a whole lot. Kobe Bryant is interesting. His price has collapsed. There's badged out Kobe's though, so it's worth taking a look, especially if you're like, hey, I really like Kobe. I got about 70K to spend. Keep an eye out. You could probably get a nice badged up Kobe for that price, especially if you don't care about the signed one and you go for the unsigned one. Yeah, you can get it for a decent price with some badge additions for sure. Now, if they're like the same price, obviously just go grab the signed one. But I mean, if they're different prices, I mean, come on. Who's to say? Who cares? Also, keep an eye out on like lower overall like budget beasts like Serge Ibaka. The reason I say that is because people are going to put up everything they have to try to get some of these cards. Like this Serge Ibaka has 8 Hoff badges, right? For 8,000, which is a little steep, but at the same time, like he's got Chase Down Artist, that's pretty good. He's got Chase Down, and then he's got Tireless Defender. Not the greatest, but it is an additional 2 Hoff badges for a card that I still use occasionally. So I'm going to think about it. If a card is right there around the median price, and it has unlimited contracts, unlimited shoes, badge upgrades, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger on it for sure. Yeah. Now, some other cards to look at. I'm looking at Michael Jordan. When I see a buyout MJ, I'm using all my MT on MJ. I love MJ. I want him. Let me get him. There's a lot of MJs up here. Oh, there is buyout MJs. Oh no! I'm like, oh no! I have 95K. Oh, why did I spend MK? Oh, why did I spend MT? Why did I do that? All right. This is such a bad time for me. I hate my life. All right. Anyways, it's probably better anyway. I got back openings to do, but it's probably a good thing. I'm rationalizing it. Anyways, looking at some badges. This is a good time to sell badges and shoes. If you have any shoes that are worthwhile, I think I have some. Do I have any T-Max? I don't, but I do have a bunch of Adidas shoes, and those really aren't going for much. We didn't really get anyone crazy in regards to shoes, but badges, though, on the other hand, are going to be going for quite a bit. Now, no one really needs Limitless spot up, so you're going to be able to get Limitless for relatively cheap, which I think is cool. You're going to want to look at Kobe and T-Mac, though, and kind of look at what they don't have. Let's look at T-Mac, for instance. What does he need? God, not a lot. Not a lot. I would say the only thing he really needs is Floor General and Rim Protector. That's about it. And I guess Brick Wall. Some people are going to want to do that. So T-Mac's a pretty bad example. He doesn't really need anything. I mean, maybe people are giving him Rebound Chaser. But I don't foresee very much. You don't need T-Mac. He's relatively complete. He's got 64 badges. You know what I mean? Kobe's probably similar, but I'm sure there's something he doesn't have. That's incorrect. Kobe has everything as well. He's missing the exact same badges. As a matter of fact. All right, let's look at Zach LaVine. People are badging up Zach LaVine. Clutch Shooter might be up in price a little bit. Quick Chain would be another one. Rim Protector, obviously. I really thought that there was going to be more cards lacking badges. I am unhappy to report that is not the case. Most cards have every badges. So I'm going to look at every badge realistically. I'm going to look at Quick Chain. I mean, when you do have meta badges, though, you do want to. Interceptor would be a good example of it. We're not at the point like we used to be where people really badge up their cards pre-qualifier. And the reason I say that is most cards have especially high tier ones, they have 64 badges. They have everything gold at this point. So people are really just paying premiums for Hoffs. Now, that being said, if you want to make some money before the qualifiers and you have some good Hoff badges, look, it is not a terrible idea in any way, shape, or form to go try to grab yourself an NBA 75 like AD or maybe Wilt. Wilt's kind of iffy, to be honest, but Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant are different. I would pay close attention to what ones like this AD land on, though. This one has 24 Hoff badges. If you don't see this thing go for 700K, don't even worry about it. To be honest, it's not worth your time. Now, I don't know, and I can't say for certain if investing in like a T-Mac and giving them some Hoff badges would really be effective. Like, for me, it depends on your Hoff badges, right? Like, I think I can go get a Hoff Hyperdrive, right? I know that for a fact. I could give him Hoff Hot Zone Hunter. Oh, wait, that's Zach LaVine. Sorry, I'm on the wrong guy. All right, so let me look. He probably has Hot Zone Hunter, I would assume. He does not. So I could give him Hoff Hot Zone Hunter. I could give him Hoff Pickpocket. I could give him Worm for no reason. I could give him Pogo Stick for no reason. I give him Fade Ace for no reason. He doesn't need Catch and Shoot, obviously. I can give him Ankle Breaker and Putback Boss. So I could give him like a decent amount of badges, none of which would really help him all that much, but it might sell. Still, is it worth it for me to do that? I don't know. That's a good question. Probably not, to be honest. All right. I don't know. Maybe. I'm like sitting here having like an inner monologue, like a battle with myself. If this is worth it or not. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. Look, I recommend doing the challenges tonight or just over the weekend. Most people have a 3-day weekend. Shout out to everyone who doesn't. I know that sucks. I'm sorry. Look, do the challenges, get some free cards. Look, I'm doing this for collector level and then my all-time teams. I really don't care that much about Blake Griffin and Larry Bird. And to be honest, I think I'm the most excited about Dominique. Dominique looks kind of fun, so I'm going to go use Dominique. He's not the greatest card in the world. He's missing some glaring badges. Like, I'm just hoping we get some grindable stuff this weekend. In addition to this, I'm really hoping we do. That would be great. But you know what? Blake Griffin looks fun. 85 speed. Y'all really did my boy dirty like that? Oh, the audacity. 81 speed with ball. Why did they do Blake like this? Damn. All right. Anyways, guys, I'm out. So, peace. Drop a like on this video. Comment down below what you think of this weekend. Is it a huge W, or are you kind of slightly disappointed in like the rewards? Be honest. Let's see if we get a Galaxy Opal card for the celeb game tonight. I see my boy Miles going off right now, just breaking the rim. He's too big to be dunking. Somebody needs to stop him.